I've had a lot of requests from people asking me what I do when my rabbits have babies, and this morning I knew one of them was due, so I brought the camera out with me just in case and ended up filming a lot of what happened. So I thought I would put this video together and just put a few pointers. I am by no means an expert. I'm kind of self-taught. I've Googled a lot of things, just figured out what works, how it works. So all I'm offering is my opinions and what I do. Hopefully maybe it can help some people. Hey Precious. Hi sweetie. Do you have babies? Oh, they're cold. Yeah. Not dead yet.
Oh, good.
Yep. Okay, this guy's cold, so we're gonna warm him up. How are you doing? How are you doing? This one's still alive. Cold though, but still alive. Yay! Looks like we're just in time. Look at all your cold babies. They're all cold, but they're all still alive.
Take them in and get them started.
Okay.
5?
I think there's 6 in there. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Okay, so we just came out and checked on Precious's babies, and they were all kind of scattered. They couldn't get warm. She didn't make a good enough nest, but I know you tried. We know you tried. So we took all the babies away. We're gonna go get them nice and warmed up, and we're gonna help build her a nest so that all the babies can keep each other warm. We were just in time. If they'd gone any longer, they would have died. So you did a good job. I know it's hard. It's hard to be a mom, isn't it? It's hard to have babies. They're really, really cold, and they're really slow moving. See how slow they're moving? It's because they're really cold. This is a nice warm towel from the dryer. So we're just gonna put them in there and warm them up. Okay, we're gonna put them in this pot because we have a nice soft blanket in there on a heating pad, but we're gonna move it off the heating pad a little bit so that they can get off that heat if they need to. And we're gonna turn it down to low to make sure that they don't get fried. All right, we're gonna give her a nest box this time because she does pretty good with a nest box. Actually, hay is softer than straw, so we're gonna give her hay. Gonna take all this hair and use it in this nest box so that when we put them back, they'll have a nice lined, hair-lined nest that they can get warm in. You did a good job. Nobody blames you. Okay, I put her nest box in. You're okay. I put her nest box in. We'll put the babies right in the middle of that when they get nice and warm so they can keep warm. I took the afterbirth out, took everything else out. So she'll be able to figure it out when we put the babies in. What's everybody doing in here? Oh yeah, you're getting warmed up. Hey, how's everybody doing in here? See how they're all moving around and squiggly now? Means they're warming up. What? You can't help. I know, you want to help with everything. But they're getting warmed up, so that's good. And I keep checking the temperature in here. It's not too hot for them. You really got to watch the temperatures. I got your babies for ya. They're nice and warmed up now. Put them in their nest. Just going to cover them a little bit so she can still see them. They can burrow down a bit. Okay, you don't want that in. Go check out your babies. Go check them out. Go check out your babies over here. Go look. I just want to be pet.
There we go. Yeah.
There's your babies, okay? It's always good to make sure she knows where her babies are if you move them. I'm going to put a cross of hay over the babies so that we know if she goes in and checks them. Sometimes you might think your rabbit's not doing anything to care for her babies, but really all they do is they go in once a night, every 12 to 24 hours, and they feed them, and that's usually all they do. Go check your babies! So Precious had a good nest last night, but I guess when she was having her babies, it just kind of came apart on her, and so they were too spread out, they couldn't get warm. So that happens sometimes. Luckily they were all still alive enough so that we could save them all by warming them back up, but sometimes they die that way. The dead ones you just have to take out. You got to try and take them out as soon as you can because the mom will eat them, eat any of the dead. That's a instinct they have so that dead babies don't attract predators. When you're breeding your rabbits, make sure you mark the date on the calendar when they're bred and also mark the date when they're expected. Usually it's 30 days for smaller rabbits, up to 33 for the larger ones. It's good to know when they're due because you should be watching them just in case they have any problems. You know, sure, they should be able to be fine on their own. They do it in the wild all the time, but a lot of the times babies, when they die, it can be prevented. That whole litter would have died today, all 5 of them, just because even though everything looked fine last night for Precious, the mom, I guess she just kind of went a bit crazy with her nest overnight, and I mean, things happen. So they were all really cold. They all would have died. They needed to get their heat together. I put a nest box in there for her, so they should be fine now. If you see them when they're having their babies, usually when they're having their babies, they're in their nest, leave them alone. That's the worst thing you can do is even standing and gawking at them, or never put your hand in. Like, just leave her alone, let her have her babies. When she's done, when you think she's done, give her a little bit of time. I mean, if it's cold or something, do what you have to do. If you see a baby out of the nest, if she has a baby and it's out of the nest, she can't put it back in. It's going to be left there to die because she can't help it. So, throw it back into the nest with its brothers and sisters. But try and wait till she's done having her babies before you go in and mess around. When she's done, she's done. It's given a while. It's usually pretty good the first day to go in, get a head count, make sure nobody's dead, take the dead ones out if there's any. It's really good to do that just because then for later, if one comes up missing, it's probably in the bottom of the nest dead, and they get rotten really quick. And if one starts to rot, the mother won't go in and feed the rest. So it's good to get that one out. It's good to know it's there. I have a lot of comments of people saying, don't touch the babies, don't touch them, leave them alone, the mother will eat them. That's baby birds, not baby bunnies. The moms, I usually have a really good relationship with the mom before she has the baby, so she doesn't really mind me going in there messing around anyway. Some of them are a little more nervous, but they're usually pretty good with that. Sometimes they just need help. Also, make sure they have food and water constantly throughout this. New mothers go through a lot of water. Once they have those babies, you'll be filling it up more than twice of what you normally do because she's got to make all that milk, feed all those babies. So make sure she doesn't run out of water. Hay, make sure they've got lots of hay. Rabbits should normally have a lot of hay anyway, but sometimes when they have babies, they're doing good. Mixing them in with a little bit of alfalfa will make the milk richer, which is really good for them too. She is just getting ready to have babies. We gave her a nest box, but it looks like she wants to put it over there, but we're going to make sure she has lots of hay and straw so that she can do whatever she needs to do. She's due tomorrow, so we're just making sure she has everything she needs to make her nest. You're cute. You're cute. Can we check on your babies? Can we check on your babies? She had babies a couple days ago, so we're just going to check them all, make sure everybody's got a full belly. Yep, you're doing good. You're feeding yours good. And if anybody's getting small or looks like they're getting left behind in the feedings, we'd make sure they get fed, but they all look okay. Head count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still. Yep. Cover them back up. Cover them back up. You're doing a good job. She's pulling fur. She's pulling fur. She's pulling fur for her babies. She's having babies right now, so I'm gonna leave her alone. We'll come back later and see how she did. In the end, really all you can do is try your best, do the best you can, and hopefully it'll work out.